Welcome back to Doing God Debut. I'm Mal, avid duct tape user and longtime Percy Jackson fan.
And I'm Julie, Percy Jackson newbie and Aphrodite defender.
As you should.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a podcast about Julie reading The Lost Hero for the first time. And we are joined this week by a guest that we have not seen in a while, my very good friend Bella.
Hey!
Woo!
What's up? Woo!
It's literally been a year, I realize that.
Has it actually?
The last episode you were on came out August 22nd, 2024.
That's kind of homophobic. What were we talking about?
The first couple chapters of Battle of the Labyrinth.
Sensational.
And on the other hand, I'm like, I can't believe we were on Battle of the Labyrinth a year ago. Like, we've only read 2 books in the last year.
I just can't believe Julie's back. Julie, I'm so proud of you for really, you're doing this. You're in it.
I was just talking about that. I was like, how many books of these have I read? And how many series do I have left? Like, I can't believe Mal got me past the first book, honestly. And
No,
here we are.
I'm not gonna lie, because when Mal kept being like, Julie's coming back, I was like, okay, hell yeah.
But also, like, if we keep doing this 2 books a year situation, I don't even want to say the year that we will finish.
Don't
this
do that.
series.
And you know what? One thing at a time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who knows if this country will even exist by then, so.
Oh, well. And Bella is joining us for this very special episode because we have so much to celebrate today. We have reached episode 69 of this podcast.
That's so funny.
And we're going to be really mature about it.
No, Mal texted me and was like, hey, do you want to be on episode 69? And I said, yeah, that's funny.
Here we are.
Absolutely.
Nice. Also, we are recording this on August 19th, meaning Percy's birthday was yesterday. And just a fun little disclaimer for those who may have seen it on Instagram, but I did make some very gorgeous blue cupcakes for Percy's birthday.
You did.
You know, cupcakes, not cookies, because we are also celebrating Percabeth's anniversary. And Annabeth made him a cupcake, you know, to ask him out. And
I love that, Your Honor.
I did, after I bought the vanilla, like, cake mix, I did realize that Annabeth made chocolate cupcakes, so they weren't entirely accurate. But,
It's okay.
you know, when you are making a baked good and you want it to be blue, you have to use a crap ton of blue food coloring to kind of counteract the yellow and make it not appear green.
So much.
So, like,
Yeah.
I used probably an entire tube of gel food coloring in that cake mix.
Oh.
And when I went to the bathroom this morning, because I was like half awake,
Right.
stumbling to the bathroom, because I also, like, I had to catch an early flight this morning. So this
I
was
would
like,
have called 911. I would have been like, I think I'm dying. It's
no, this
my
was
time.
like 4:50 in the morning. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. So
Oh, God.
I don't appreciate that Rick Riordan didn't include that reality in the books, because anytime Percy had a little blue treat, he also probably spent the next day pooping blue, because that's
the reality.
That's the ugly truth of it.
And
yeah.
Rick, you'll be hearing from me.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Anyway, starting off episode 69 with a little poop, it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's time to see a god about some wins.
How are we all pronouncing that dude's name, by the way?
Sometimes Aeolus.
Wait, actually? Is there an R in it?
No.
Okay. I was about to be like, did I hallucinate the
No.
whole... Okay, good.
I pronounce it like Aeoli. Aeolus.
That's what I do. Okay. Aeolus. I guess more Aeolus.
Okay, I say Aeolus, but it's fine. Pronunciation is made up. I've decided.
No, that's like half the fun of reading these books is like, there's like a 25% chance you're saying it right, and the rest of it, who cares?
Right. It's fine, so let people know what I'm talking about.
That's all that matters.
Alright, so chapter 37 is a Jason chapter.
Boo.
Don't boo. This is the first chapter where I start to kind of soften towards Jason, I gotta say.
I'm so biased against him. I'm like, you just want to be Percy so bad, and you're not.
I love that.
You know?
You want to be Percy so bad, it makes you look stupid.
No, and it's like, it's chill. We all do. Imagine being that powerful, rock on. But, I don't know. The whole, like, I'm Superman, and I'm sad about it. Girl, okay. I'm sorry, I'm a Jason hater.
What about the mommy issues? What about the mommy issues?
No, and that rock on. Yeah. Have your issues, sir.
Because I think Jason is very valid for being in his feelings here, you know, because
Oh, absolutely.
he just found Thalia and they're having to split up after like an hour.
Yeah.
He also is kind of like, is there even a spot for me in her life at all?
There was like one line that also hit me, and it was like, oh, it was like at the beginning of like 37, and it was like something really sad of like, she's just like gone. Like, as soon as she walked in my life, she's gone. And like this analogy of like, gave me this ugly baby, and now I just
Oh,
have to
yeah.
hold on to it. Like, yeah, that is kind of what, yeah,
Yeah.
it's emotional.
And also, I thought it was very interesting the way that he was like, you know, she's found this new family in the Hunters of Artemis, and she's found this new mother figure in Artemis. Like, I've never seen Artemis as like a mother figure for the Hunters.
I agree. I agree. I also took qualm with that. I get his logic because, like, if I was a butthurt teenager, I would immediately draw that same comparison. But Artemis does not give mother,
No.
okay?
Mm-mm.
That is not mother. That's like your older cousin
Yeah, older
who just has like a
sister, older
lot of
cousin, yeah.
authority. Very eldest daughter coded.
Yes.
Is she older than what's his nuts?
Apollo?
Apollo? Yeah.
That is a great question. Is she older?
She reads older. Watch Apollo be older.
Oh, yeah, okay. So when Apollo first shows up in Titan's Curse, he calls her little sister.
Is it like physically small sister or quite literally like
I
younger?
don't know because she says, I'm not your little sister. And he says, I was born first. And she says, we're twins. How many millennia do we have to argue? So,
Okay. Oh, they're twins.
yeah, they're twins.
Did I not know that? It must have been lost in my brain. That's fine. No, but it was an interesting comparison for Jason to draw, and I disagree that Artemis gives like,
Yeah, I don't think Artemis is her new mom.
mm-mm.
But then also, like, speaking of wanting to be Percy, he gets a little jealous of Percy and like how much Thalia is looking for him. And he wonders, like, did she
Yeah,
ever search for me like that? And he's like, okay, no, that's not fair. She thought I was dead. Also, that's not fair because she was literally like 10.
yeah,
What's a 10-year-old gonna do?
yeah.
And then also, if you remember, and I'm sure that you do not, Julie,
I already know I don't.
we read The Sword of Hades, which I guess would have happened a year ago from where we currently are in canon. In the underworld, Thalia's like looking for someone in the fields of Asphodel, and Percy asks if it's her mom, and she says no. So either she's lying or she was looking for Jason.
Ah.
I think she was looking for Jason, but even Rick didn't know it.
So I think she did look for him. Then we get to our ugly baby analogy.
There it
Because he
is.
says, like, all the things that he learned about his mom and, like, giving him up, selling him to One Direction, feels like this loud, ugly baby that Thalia has handed him and that he now has to carry that he never wanted.
No, and I think that's like such a beautiful way to write family trauma for children to understand in an analogy.
Yeah,
You
I thought
know?
it was good.
I think that's like a very like, oh, okay. I kind of wanted this information, and now that I have it, it's a pain
Yeah,
to me. Like, this is painful to have. I don't want it. Like, it's so loud and I can't ignore it. It's so in your face.
and here it is.
Yeah.
And we also talked a little bit last episode, Julie and I, about like what did Jason already know about his family before all the memory stuff? Because I was wondering, you
Yeah.
know, did he even know that he had a sister? Because who would have told him that?
Yeah.
So I also wonder, like, did he know anything about his mom before this? Because
Yeah.
he's not reacting like I'm being reminded of this lore. He's reacting and I'm learning this lore for the first time.
That.
It's kind of like you don't even know who you are. And then you're like learning these pieces that are so hard to deal with when you're already kind of this empty space. Like, I feel for Jason hard in this chapter, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I can't hate him entirely. I can't.
Oh, his backstory is cuckoo cuckoo banana nuts. Like, just wild. And like, I think the reason I find him boring is it's like Piper is right there and we're
Amen.
gonna be anyways, that's just me though.
The other thing that's very interesting about all of this to me is kind of him dealing with the Thalia kind of running away of it all, because
Hmm.
he says that he feels like he's the one who's like stuck with all this responsibility and like this like having to live up to being this son of Zeus or maybe Jupiter, whatever it is that he is.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me a lot of the thing we had with Bianca and Nico, where you have this sort of older sister who makes a choice for herself that ultimately means leaving her younger brother. And I mean, this is different because Thalia and Jason like didn't grow up together and she didn't even know Jason was alive. But like I don't know, it's interesting to think about like had Thalia and Jason been a little more like Nico and Bianca and like actually grown up together, would she still have made this same choice? Like would it have ended the same way as
Yeah.
Bianca? Like fascinating stuff.
Yeah. No, the Scorpio in me just could never imagine leaving my siblings. This is like so like kind of related tangentially to what you were just this like beautiful insight of like parallels within the book and I'm like, well, I actually wouldn't have done that to my sister, but that's me. Jesus. But I wouldn't.
But would your sister do it to you? Because you're not the oldest. Your sister's older than you.
I don't think she would. Man, maybe that's like delusional, but
Julie, do you think your older sister would?
Holly, yes. Kelly, no.
I can see that. That's probably what I would have guessed.
Holly's in Peru right now. I'm tracking her on Life 360.
I love that.
Did you know that she was going to Peru?
Yeah, but she's there for like over a week by herself to go work on a farm.
On purpose?
How did she find this farm?
I I have no idea. She's the most type B person I've ever met in my life. She like found it online and was like, yeah, like I just have to pay for like a ticket and then go work on this farm. And I'm like, do you know these people? But she's still alive and still texting.
So yes, she'd be like, "Hey, Julie, I found this really great girl group that I'm gonna join. I can be immortal." And you'd be like, "Hey, wait."
Wait a second. Can you take this Apple tag with you?
Oh my
Thanks.
God. Would you leave Max and Marshall?
I mean, yeah.
They would have each other. So it's like fine.
They would, and also I'm like, they don't need me. They don't care what I have to say. I'm not raising them. Yeah. I don't know. Sibling relationships are fascinating.
Yeah, they are.
Now we have to go see Aeolus and climb a million stairs. And, you know, we also get some of Jason's thoughts on the things that have been happening. Like, he doesn't know if Thalia's plan to, like, save both of them, Piper's dad and Hera. Will that work? And he's also thinking about how wild it is that Leo just, like, caught fire without noticing.
Icon behavior, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Catching on fire and being like, what? Rock on.
And he also says that he doesn't want to be a bridge or exchange or whatever else Leo said he was. He just wants to know where he came from. And you know what, Jason? I think we'd all like that.
Fair.
Yeah.
So when we finally arrive at the top of the mountain that Aeolus has set up shop, I guess, there's this big building with satellite dishes and radio towers on top. And he says it's a white columned rotunda, like one of the monuments in Washington, D.C. And I'm like, which one? Like, are you thinking of a specific monument, or are you just like, it gives Washington, D.C. vibes?
I feel like it's the Jefferson Memorial that they're talking
That's
about
yeah.
because it's like a really specific dome.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because, like, I feel like if Rick was talking about, like, the Capitol, he would have said the Capitol.
Yeah, it's just interesting that it's like one of the monuments in DC.
Which one, dog? Because the Jefferson and Washington memorials, drastically different, homie.
Right.
One is a stick, and the other one is a rotundra.
Rotundra?
Whatever the heck it is.
Rotunda, Jefferson Memorial. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Hey! What's the actual word I'm looking for?
Rotunda. Rotunda.
God, I've been doing that the older I get. It's entirely my father's fault.
We
Damn
all
it.
become our fathers as we age. It's fine.
Hey, rock on. Me and Paul. Woo.
So, the other interesting thing is that the outside of this rotunda is like set up into quarters, and each quarter is a different season. So, you got like winter, spring, summer, fall. And Coach is very interested in like the pasture that's in the springtime section. And I really love that Jason just kind of sends him off over there because he's a little bit worried that he's going to just start screaming die during their diplomatic meeting with Aeolus.
No, that was hilarious. The parentification of Jason Grace, you'll always be famous. Of like him literally just being like, just go run, get
Yeah.
your energy out, go, just go, we got it.
It's sending your child to the McDonald's play place so you can have a peaceful meal.
Truly.
And this is yet another interaction that Coach is going to mostly miss because he's off eating grass.
And honestly, that's how I'm trying to be. You know?
He's the king of touching grass.
Yeah.
So inside, we are greeted by a wind nymph named Melly, who asks if they are from Zeus and says that they've been expecting them. And Jason initially asks if she's a ghost, which offends her. But Piper swoops in with what I think might be the best save of all time and says that she's so beautiful he must have mistaken her for Helen of Troy. And Jason says he thinks this is a little over the top, and maybe it is, but like if a woman said this to me, I would fold like a piece of paper.
No, I would literally be on my knees crying, and I'd be like, do you mean it? That's really nice of you to say.
Like, Piper is wasted on Jason. She would kill at a lesbian bar.
Oh my god, so wasted.
So that's pretty much the end of this chapter. Melly just says that Aeolus can fit them in right before his 11-12 spot. And then she says that Aeolus probably won't kill them if they go in now. Anything else for 37?
Melly, you need a raise, baby girl.
Absolutely.
Get out of there.
Agreed.
I was gonna point out the unstable mom did give Luke vibes a little bit.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
More parallels.
Very May Castellan. Whatever.
I always say Castellan, but
Okay, cool.
yeah. Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so my chapter title for this one was Coach Hedge Eats Skygrass, because I didn't have anything better.
I love that.
Because, like, Jason angst about his family is not a good chapter title.
Helen, more like Melly.
Sure. All right, so chapter 38. So there's no floor. Leo almost falls to his death for, like, the 4th time in this book, if you count the Grand Canyon and all the times we've fallen off of Festus.
Obsessed.
So Melly calls for the Harpies to come and build a floor, and they make it out of all sort of things like plywood, carpet squares, grass sod, and apparently a lot of duct tape. And I will say, with the duct tape, I would trust it. As I said before, I love duct tape. I have created and worn a duct tape dress in my life.
You have.
I used to walk around in middle school with a duct tape wallet. Like, I am a big duct tape user. I love duct tape.
It's so on brand.
Thank you.
I do love that for you.
I don't know what kind of brand that is, but I'll own it.
No, own it. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Jason goes first because the floor, is not very solid and it seems to hold him. So here's when Piper grabs his hand and is like, "You're going to save me."
Mm-hmm.
And then Leo pulls up and says, "Yeah, you're going to catch me too, Superman, but I'm not holding your hand." And toxic masculinity is at it again, because what do you mean you're not going to hold your bro's hand?
No, I cannot handle it. I had the exact same thought. I was like, calm the anyways, pardon my French, but like calm down, okay? This is literally life or death, and the thing you are quite literally willing to die on is not holding your best friend's hand. That's gay. That is objectively more gay than just holding his hand.
No, because when you commit to the bit, then it's funny. Like, the funniest thing to do when you are, like, third wheeling and the friends that you're with start holding hands is to grab the other hand. Or even funnier, pull up in between them, pull them apart, and grab both of their hands.
Immediately. Yep.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Commit to the bit, please, Leo.
Yeah, especially because it's Leo. Like if it was like a quieter, like if it was Frank, I'd be like, no, I get it. But like, it's Leo, and Julie doesn't know who Frank is. I'm realizing. Don't worry, it's coming. But like a more introverted character, like would never. But Leo, I was disappointed. I was like, you're supposed to be from Texas. Get in there.
I don't know what being from Texas has to do with holding your bro's hand.
Southern hospitality. Yeah.
Okay.
My lord.
I'm like, where is this going? I'm from Texas and I don't understand, but no, I'm with you. So There's also a lot of TV screens that are showing various programs like demigods fighting and the news and things. There's a man in a suit who Jason says has like a smooth plastic surgery look that makes him look like a Ken doll that someone halfway melted in a microwave.
So it's just like the Trump administration. Yeah, cool.
Like, sometimes Rick really has a way with words because what a description.
No, incredible.
I kept picturing that Brian Johnson guy or whatever the hell his name is, who like is getting blood transfusions from his son to look younger or whatever.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And he just looks his age. Like it hasn't worked at all. He just looks 50.
Yeah.
Like that's how old you are.
Yeah, but then scarier.
Yeah, but still off. Like
Something is weird, yeah. And so our friend Aeolus is sort of everywhere at once, taking in information, muttering into his phone, and also trying to show them videos of like tornadoes.
Same.
When Melly introduces Jason, he says he remembers like who he is and asks how it went. Jason, of course, does not know how it went. Jason doesn't know how anything prior to the last like 4 days went. But Aeolus insists that last year Jason Grace came to see him on his way to fight a sea monster and says it must not have been a very good sea monster if he can't remember it, which I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
And so Jason then offers him the wind spirits, and Aeolus kind of takes it the way that you take a gift from a small child, where you're like, oh, thank you for this half-eaten cookie that's kind of soggy, and wow.
Mm-hmm. He like took that windbag and was like, "Thanks."
An avocado! Thanks! And so Jason says that Boreas had sent them hoping that Aeolus would stop ordering demigods to be killed. And Aeolus has no recollection of this. And he says he was just grumpy and has Melly rescind the order. And now, if this was me, I would be really mad seeing just how much my life is dictated by the whims of the gods. Like, what do you mean you were just grumpy?
No. And women are too emotional. Get out.
Amen.
Don't get me started. I did love all of the like wind puns that Rick threw in of like,
All these things are about me, Gone with the Wind, and yeah.
and I was like, that's funny. And then the like, anyway, the wind blows is like based on him. That was funny. I was like, all right, that's clever.
Yeah. I enjoy that he's like, oh man, we should tell the demigods that I'm sorry. We should get them chocolates. And then Melly's like, you want to send chocolates to every demigod in the world? And he's like, no, too expensive. I would like to see some numbers on how many demigods there are in the world that it's too expensive for a god to send them chocolates.
Reparations? No. No.
Too expensive.
Too true to life right now.
And so then we get a little break from Aeolus because he goes off to do his newscast. And Jason asks Melly if like he actually has been here before. And Melly's like, oh no, I'm new to being his assistant, but I've lasted longer than his assistants usually do. And turns out what she means is that she's lasted for 12 hours as his assistant. So
Unhinged.
not great.
It's just so accurate to corporate America, though, that there's an exec out there that absolutely has the exact same track record.
But like, what is the training period like? Because surely it would be easier to just keep one assistant who already knows kind of what they're doing.
Amen.
You would think. But then we get to see Aeolus's like mess of a weather report, and so he's trying to balance like all these different requests from the different gods. Demeter wants moderate temperatures in Florida for the citrus farmers, but Poseidon is angry with Miami specifically, so like winter freeze back on there. And then Zeus is mad at St. Louis, but then Hephaestus wants nice weather for central Missouri. Like, again, life being dictated by the whims of the gods. And I would like to say, whatever god has made it such a humid summer in New York, I hate you. I'm gonna hunt you down. Who's the god of humidity?
Yo, real.
I've been wringing out all my shirts when I sweat so much, and I've been saving it in a little cup to just splash in their face.
Ooh, there you go. I love women in STEM. Yeah, I think that's
The S in STEM stands for sweaty, because that's what I am.
it really does. Because same. So that's my S.
I'm like, okay, fall, I'm ready.
I need a sweater.
So Aeolus comes back and assumes that since Jason is Zeus's son, he's here to give him a promotion. Because apparently he's not technically the god of the wind, but simply the master of the winds, and he would like the god title because the benefits are better.
I get it. Yeah.
And I did not appreciate benefits until I had to get my own insurance when I turned 26. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I understand why you want a job with
Yeah.
good benefits.
It's
For
it
sure.
really makes or breaks it. At least in America, where we don't have any social security
Right.
whatsoever. And I don't mean
Hmm.
the retirement benefit. I mean just like in general social programs for any anyways, that's a tangent for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, amen. Benefits rule.
Gotta get that health insurance so you don't go bankrupt because you broke your leg.
You'll still go bankrupt if you have insurance.
True. Shout out to
uh,
America. Healthcare is for profit.
Yeah. Sucks.
life is a nightmare. And so Jason does unfortunately have to tell him that they are not here to give him this promotion. They just need his help with the quest. And he gets kind of annoyed, saying that's all heroes ever want. And he says that Aeneas, first of Jason's kind, the only survivor of Troy, escaped and like went on to create the kingdom that would become Rome. But like the amount of times that they bring up Aeneas in these chapters is so weird to me because like Aeneas didn't found Rome. He just like went to Italy and then was the ancestor of someone who eventually would found Rome. So I'm like, you're giving this guy a lot of credit that I don't know that he deserves.
Yeah. Man behavior. That's all I'm saying.
Why is this the hero that we are like latching on to here? And like, because
Yeah.
Aphrodite also brings him. I'm like, well, he is a child of Venus. So like, I guess it does make sense for
Yeah.
Aphrodite to bring him up. But like, within the context of what she's saying, and we'll get to that when we get to the
Yeah.
chapter, but I'm like, why are you bringing him up? Anyway, I'm sick of hearing about Aeneas.
Yeah.
I don't care about Aeneas, unfortunately. But anyway, apparently Juno wanted to kill him, sink his ships, but Neptune was like, no, 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 the sea is my domain. And basically that's Aeolus' whole point here. Like he's constantly getting demands from the other gods. And then he just drops the little nugget that he's still getting angry calls from Olympus for knocking Amelia Earhart out of the sky.
No, because that made me like I like chortled. What a diva. That's kind of fierce.
No further information, just like, I did it. What about it?
Like, who wanted that?
Maybe he just did it for fun.
Yeah, that's kind of fierce. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a fan of Aeolus, but like creating one of the mysteries.
Why is it fierce for a man to kill a woman? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's not fierce. What is fierce is creating like one of the greatest mysteries of humankind.
That's true.
That's fierce.
All right, so Piper tells Aeolus that they just want information, and clearly she's getting better at the charm speak thing because he listens. And so there's kind of four major information bits that he gives them. Number one, Hera's scheme to bring them all together will likely end in bloodshed, but like most things in this universe end in bloodshed.
No, and it's like, okay, cool. What's
There's
next?
a lot of blood. It's fine. And then the second not useful piece of information, he's like, "Oh yeah, Piper, your dad is in serious trouble," and gives her a photo that like blew out of her dad's wallet when he was captured. Thank you.
Can I be honest though? That's also kind of fierce to be like, oh, I have something of yours. Diva. I've decided that Aeolus is just like a queer diva. Like he
Okay.
is just trying to be as fabulous as he can, not doing well. With his plastic surgery, his job that is like so demanding and gets no break from it whatsoever and he's simply going bananas.
No, I'm with you. I think this is good.
But yeah, useless
Yeah.
information for sure.
And then we get into a little more useful things. Third, he gives Leo the old crayon drawing that he made when he was a kid. That like he was drawing chapters ago and then blew away. So he like looks at it, kind of freaks out, but doesn't tell his friends what it is. And I don't think Julie remembers what it is either.
Is it a boat? Is there a boat drawing?
Whoa.
Am I just making that up?
No, you're right.
Yes!
You did remember it. Yes. That's huge. Wow. Look at you remembering things, remembering details.
I am on top of the world right now.
I didn't even remember that.
Don't ask me any other questions. That's all I got.
No follow-ups.
I'm really impressed. You're on it. The last one is probably the most useful piece of information, but it's also the one that we have to like really convince him to give us. So they ask where Enceladus is, And they have to kind of be like, well, if you help us find Hera, she might be really grateful and she might get Zeus to promote you. They also ask if he can get them there, which is pushing their luck just a little bit. But
Yeah.
since we no longer have Festus, I will allow it.
Yeah.
And then Zeus apparently like calls to let Aeolus know that he approves, but also that he would prefer that he wait until after the weekend because he has a big party planned. And Zeus, being the type of guy to be like, "Oh, the old ball and chain" about his wife, makes sense.
I just love hating him. Like, he just kind of is a loser. It's like, you're gonna be like, I'm the Lord of the Sky, man.
I'm the Lord of the Sky, but I can't have this party if my bitch wife is home.
Just say you hate your wife. Like, Jesus.
I mean, like, I don't particularly like your wife either, Zeus, but you married her.
Yeah, dude, that's on you.
And then also apparently Aphrodite and Hephaestus are there, and they're trying to convince Aeolus that he should help their kids, which is fun and cute. I enjoyed that. And then Coach Hedge returns, and for some reason, this of all times is when we have a meet cute. So Melly thinks that he's very goatly and asks who he is. And I do love the way that Jason is very unsure what to introduce him as. He's like, is he our friend, our teacher, our problem? Like, love that. Coach says Melly is as beautiful as a summer breeze, but now is not the time. Now is not. I think I would rather him come in and like immediately choose violence than choose romance because I don't like this.
Oh, see, I had the exact opposite reaction, but I also would like to caveat that, like, I'm coming at this from the perspective of, like, I simply read these 4 chapters and then just, like, looked up on Wikipedia really quick the whole plot of this book, and I was like, okay, right, for sure. And so I loved it. I was like, we're flirting in the middle of a stressful time. Hilarious. Also, Melly deserves to flirt. Like, girl, your job sucks. Flirt away.
Melly deserves the world. Coach is just kind of already on my nerves for making the worst possible decisions in every situation. I'm like,
So true. No impulse control. Actually, negative impulse control, where it's like whatever his impulse is, he does the thing that's worse times 10.
but like you're the one here who's a grown man. You're the adult.
And maybe it's he's like really trying to like reverse psychology them and be like, well, if I'm a child, they'll act like adults.
I don't love that as a strategy, but
By the way, I don't recommend it.
but then we do get our information that we were looking for. So Aeolus tells them that Enceladus is on Mount Diablo, which is in the Bay Area, naturally.
Of
And
course.
then someone else starts speaking to him. Someone who he says hasn't spoken to him in centuries, and she apparently says they have to die. And Aeolus says if she's waking, then she cannot be denied. And so then Aeolus releases storm spirits. And I'm wondering, are these the same ones that they just brought him? Like they brought him the weapons that then he's going to use to try to destroy them?
Can
Cool.
I be honest? He seems unoriginal enough to exactly do that.
But so the storm spirits that they may or may not have brought come in and they destroy the floor. And the only reason that they are not hit by a bunch of like projectiles from the floor is because Melly kind of protects them. Aeolus, of course, fires her for this. So 12 hours is as long as she's going to go.
And she slayed.
And she continues to slay because she and
Yeah.
Jason work together to control their fall. And, you know, as she's trying to do this, she also gets very distracted by Coach Hedge telling the storm spirits that he's going to pulverize them. And her exact words are, he's magnificent. Like, can't relate, but I love this for you, girly.
No, sensational.
Like, glad his whole thing is working for someone, I guess. Like,
Yes.
there really is someone out there for everyone.
No, one thing about me, I'm a sucker for side characters and like a side romance that is so out of left field. I'm like, I love love.
Yes.
Julie, are you also into this romance?
I like it. I think it's cute.
Am I wrong? No, it's everyone else who's wrong.
What do you have against love, Mal? God.
Yeah.
I have nothing against love.
We don't have enough time.
Yeah, so I have so many things against love. We don't have enough. We can't get into it.
No, but I just think like it doesn't serve the plot in any meaningful way. So I think that's why you are like, get it out of here. But me and Julie, who are like,
We're lovers.
yeah. And I read this with so much whimsy in my heart of like, I'm just reading 4 chapters and then I'm gonna peace out, you know?
Am I no fun? Is that Is that my problem?
You're not a lover girl. Then.
Well, you do run marathons for fun, so I'm gonna let you work it out. I'm kidding. You are so fun.
I love silly, goofy things that don't have anything to do with the plot. Just this doesn't do it for me. This specifically.
I understand.
It's probably just the coach hate coming out, but it's fine.
No, and that's the other thing, because I haven't been dealing with Coach's shenanigans for an entire book, you know?
He did almost get them killed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like he is kind of not great. But for this silly little chapter, I was like, go Melly. Whee.
No, I love this for her. I just
Yeah.
wish it wasn't him, but
Yeah,
that's
for
fine.
sure.
So Melly tries to shield them, but the storm spirits are coming, and Coach Hedge tells her that she's doing great, and then his mom was an aura, and she couldn't have done it better. And we don't have time to unpack all that, but like, kind of weird to tell the woman that you're flirting with that she reminds you of your mom, but okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. More mommy issues unlocked.
But you know, it works for Melly because she asks for him to iris message her.
Slay.
So
Girl, boss.
Melly says that she'll try to shield them, and Jason tells her that he hopes she finds a new job. And then the storm spirits hit and like shoot them into the sky so fast that he blacks out. So my chapter title for this one is probably the first and only one that I will take no criticism on, because I called it Anyway the Wind Blows, because that's a Hadestown lyric and there is no other option.
Anyway, the wind blows.
Wind comes up, ooh, sometimes you think. All right, so back to Piper once again. Thank goodness. Oh yeah, this is chapter 39, by the way. And this is our dream chapter for the episode. We always have to have one. And so Piper dreams that she's on the roof of the wilderness school with Jason to see a meteor shower. And I have to say, this would make a great date, because I went upstate a couple weekends ago, and my friends and I just laid on the deck outside and looked for shooting stars for like 2 hours and chatted. Like, it was a delightful time.
That's beautiful.
And then I got kind of salty for Leo because Piper says she didn't invite him. Like, he had to miss the meteors because she doesn't have a crush on him. That sucks.
The older I get, the more I'm like, romance is not the only reason to like do things. You know what I mean? Like if you're waiting to do cool things until you like have a partner, that's dumb. Go do fun things with your friends.
Yeah. Amen. Like, I understand you want to have one-on-one dates, and that's
For
fine. But I just
sure.
like I got really sad for Leo. Like, he's not going to get to see the meteor shower.
Yeah, lame.
That's a bummer. Invite all the homies to the meteor. Kiss all your homies at the meteor shower.
Yeah, like what even? What are we doing?
Well, what we're doing is Piper asks Jason if he wants to dance, and they dance like 2 steps before he's kissing her.
It's a no from me. But here's the thing, as a kid, I loved it. But adult me is just like,
Consent is sexy. Be like, hey, can I kiss you?
amen.
And then the dream changes. So the date is really a short part of the dream, but the dream changes, and she's back at Medea's department store. And guess who's there? Her mom. And Piper says she's the most beautiful woman she's ever seen. And she says that she seems to be changing to like reflect Piper's ideal of beauty. And I would just like to remind everyone that 2 years prior to this point, one Perseus Jackson met Aphrodite and thought, hey, she looks kind of like my good friend Annabeth. But that's a regular normal thing for a friend, and I will not be unpacking that further. And I have to bring that up because it makes me feel crazy.
Obviously. I feel totally regular. That's why we have matching gray streaks in our hair. Everyone cool it.
Exactly. I don't understand why my good friend Annabeth is so mad at my other good friend Rachel, who I feel differently about than I do about Annabeth. But I don't have time to unpack all of that because I'm Percy Jackson and the world is falling apart.
No, truly dumb boy. I love that Rick sprinkled in dumb boy behavior to like this like
Absolutely.
fantastic heroes story.
Mm-hmm.
Sensational.
Anyway, so Piper is confused why they're in Evil Macy's because it exploded, but Aphrodite tells her this is like a memory, and she's sorry to have to pull her from her other dream. And low key, that's so mortifying. If I was having a dream like that and my mom was like, yeah, I know about the dream you were having, I would just die on the spot, I think.
No, I'd be like, so sleeping's canceled. I'm not doing it anymore. And no dreams.
And so Piper asks why she remembers that so vividly when it's not a thing that actually happened. And Aphrodite says, like, since she's her daughter, she sees possibilities much more vividly than others, and that this could still happen, but she just has other trials to face first because Medea and other enemies will be back because the doors of death have opened. Dun dun dun. Sounds like a super fun time, and sounds like getting them closed again will be so easy. Anyway,
It'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
so this is why monsters like the Cyclops family that Leo killed have kind of started reforming, and like they don't
Yeah.
stay disintegrated. And so Aphrodite says that their patron has a special relationship with Tartarus, the spirit of the pit. Also, through this whole thing, Dream Aphrodite is shopping, multitasking icon.
I kind of love Aphrodite.
No, I love her.
She's kind of so fierce and
No, she's
a
incredible.
true diva.
And then we talk about Piper's dad. And for not the first time in this book, they start talking about how sad Tristan McLean is. Like, why does that seem to be the main takeaway about him? They're like, this is a sad man.
What like celebrity was crashing out in like 2011 or 2012 that Rick Riordan was like, I'm gonna write a sad famous person in this book.
That's a great question. What was going on in 2010?
I'm just gonna Google 2010 celebrity crash outs. Okay, so this is an article from CBS News, Breakups, Breakdowns, Breakouts, 2010 Celeb News. And it was published December 27th, 2010. Incredible.
Okay, great.
Taylor Swift and Jake Gyllenhaal. Sensational. That's like all that I think that our
Eh,
generation would know.
okay.
So, anyways,
I also think, like, in bringing this up, like, this is a lot for a teenage girl to, like, have to recognize about her own father.
no, because like having to recognize your parents as anything other than like your parents until you're like 23 is near impossible. Like I feel like that's the age where you finally start to realize like, oh, you're just people. Like you also actually don't know what's going on, but you're just like pretending you do.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I totally agree. Because how old are they? 16?
15.
No way in hell would I have ever had that insight as a 15-year-old.
And so, an important piece of information we get here is that Piper's dad didn't actually know that the woman he fell in love with was Aphrodite. And Aphrodite points out what happened with Jason's mother and how she kind of went off the rails when she realized it was Zeus that she had fallen in love with. So, a lot of mortals can't handle it. And so she offers Piper a potion that will erase her father's recent memories. And Aphrodite points out that like he spent his whole life denying these stories, and if he has to live with these memories, it will shatter him. And their enemy is hoping that this is going to break Piper's spirit. Like again, this is a lot to put on Piper. Like she is having to make these really hard decisions about her dad, who is supposed to be the parent.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. No. It's like unprecedented, dude.
And so Piper wants to say that like she would never take her dad's memory, especially with all the thing with like Jason losing his memory, and she's like, I would never want to do that to my dad. She also thinks about how her dad had said like if he knew that there were gods out there, he'd always be looking for someone to blame, and also how she now wants someone to blame. So she asks, who's been controlling the giants? And Aphrodite says that Piper has a strong will and that her children are often dismissed as being conceited and shallow. And Piper goes, yeah, well, some of them are.
I no, I love that. I love that Piper said,
True.
hang on, I will be standing 10 toes down on business. Thank you. Some of your children are absolutely that way.
Nobody's perfect.
No,
Yeah.
sometimes it's you just got to be a little see you next Tuesday, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate that Aphrodite goes, oh, yeah, you know what? Granted. But I can also be conceited and shallow sometimes. A girl has to indulge. And you know what? Go off, queen.
Facts. Facts.
I appreciate this. Like, the way that she refuses to, like, villainize even the kind of not so great behaviors, like being conceited and shallow. She's like, yeah, it happens sometimes. Like, don't we all? Like,
She's like, but it's fine. You know, we all do it, okay? It's fine.
low-key Aphrodite here, kind of a girl's girl, and I appreciate it. But she does also continue to not answer Piper's question about who's controlling the giants. And she starts talking about how love is the most powerful motivator and like all the noblest and bravest acts are done for love. And Piper says, "Oh, like Helen starting the Trojan War?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and Aphrodite's like, "Yeah, you know what? And now the heroes of that war are like immortalized in men's memories forever, and that's pretty powerful." This is also when she brings up Aeneas again, you know, the guy who didn't found Rome. And I don't have any idea what that has to do with love being a powerful motivator. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
why are we talking about him again? He didn't found Rome. Romulus founded Rome. That's why it's called Rome.
It's true. Yeah. If you're gonna found a city, name it after yourself. That's like rule number one of
For
founding a
real.
city. I'm told.
Right.
Anyways, I assume.
Then Aphrodite says that her children can be very powerful because she's closer to the beginning of creation than any other Olympian, and we like get into her origin story. Basically, when Kronos chopped up Ouranos into pieces, some of those pieces fell in the sea, which created the foam that Aphrodite came from, and now this children's book doesn't say what those pieces were. But other versions of the myth do say that when Kronos castrated his father, he threw his genitals into the sea and Aphrodite was created. Good times all around.
Oh my god. Ugh. Sorry, you're all being adults about this, but this is episode 69, and that is disgusting. That is so
So fair.
gross. Sorry, I'm an
Yeah.
adult. I'm an adult. It's a myth. So, like, I get it because it's a myth.
All of this to say, Aphrodite's like, well, since I'm the oldest Olympian god, and you are much more than a pretty face, you already know who the big bad of this series is, and Piper and Julie are both actually much more than a pretty face because they both knew that it is Gaia, the one that they are facing. Just going forward, I intend to use both Gaia and Gaia like interchangeably because both will come out of my mouth, and just prepare for that. But
So, I've always said Jaia. So, that's fine.
oh,
Don't worry about it. My
I'm so
We
sorry.
each have our own pronunciation, okay?
13-year-old self said, that's Jaia. Never changed it. I will stand 10 toes on this hill. It is. It's like so not, by the way. So not. But that is absolutely how my head says it. Is Jaya.
There's like not even enough letters for it to pick that.
I know.
I'm committing to Gaia.
I like Jaya better.
I'm standing by Jaya.
So Jaya
So Jaya.
Jaya is our big bad for the season.
Jaya is our girl.
For the season, for the series. And so basically TLDR, we need to defeat the giants and lull her back to sleep. Aphrodite tells Piper that she needs to find her strengths and fight for what she loves. And she also says that when the 7 greatest demigods are gathered and the two sides meet, she must be the mediator and determine whether there is friendship or bloodshed. And TBH, regardless, there will be both. There will be bloodshed.
Yeah, let's be real.
And she tells Piper to wake up and also that she hopes Piper likes the clothes she picked out. And that's the dream and the chapter. Any more defense of Aphrodite, Julie?
I just think she should be queen of Olympus.
Agreed. Dethrone Zeus, Aphrodite's in charge now.
Sensational takes being made.
None of this would happen if she was in charge.
And I'll die on that hill.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I called this chapter Piper Has Her Dream Date because it is both a date that she really would like to have, and also it is a date that happens in a dream, so I thought that would be fun. So,
Yeah.
dream date. Other ideas for that one?
Aphrodite serves
Oh,
part
I like that.
69.
Aphrodite serves, part 69, for sure.
Yeah, Aphrodite's actually a girl's girl. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Considering one of the early episodes of this podcast was titled Athena is not a girl's girl, Aphrodite is a girl's girl, and that's huge for the brand.
I have Zeus's stolen valor. That was my alternative.
That's good, I like that.
That's good.
Alright, so one more chapter. Chapter 40, Piper. So somehow Piper wakes up sitting perfectly at an outdoor table at a cafe. Very kind of the storm spirits to just drop them off.
No, iconic. I love it.
They are also indeed in California, and they are like down the street from where they need to be. So thank you. And most importantly, they've got new fits. This feels like a textbook case of like no friend group ever looks like they're going to the same place because these outfits are all over the place. So first up, we've got Piper. She's in a turquoise dress, black leggings, black leather boots, charm bracelet, and her snowboarding jacket. And Julie, I'm gonna need you to share what you think of this outfit.
I said, Piper sounds like she's dressed for Camp Rock. Just, we can't back down. She's like dancing with Demi to go. Oh, what was the other camp name? Camp Star.
This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Gonna let the light shine on me.
And fitting because Demi was just on stage singing the song, you know? It's perfect timing.
It's Camp Rock realness.
Yeah. It is. It really reminds me of that. I mean, I think her dress is maroon, but like what Demi Lovato wore for like all the promo stuff for Camp Rock is like a maroon dress, black leggings with boots. And I'm like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, this book only came out 2 years after Camp Rock.
Right.
So they're very much of the same time period. So like
teen fashion at its height.
Oh yeah. So now Leo has on pinstripe pants, leather shoes, a white shirt, suspenders, and a pork pie hat. And now I was going with this until you got to the hat. Why is he wearing this hat?
I gotta Google it.
Wait, what kind of hat was it?
A pork pie hat?
Wait, that's like a Oppenheimer hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that hat.
Why do you have a 15-year-old boy in that kind of hat? Why?
No, because it's like it's kind of fedora-y if it wasn't pointed. So it's like it's a oval version.
It's like fedora adjacent.
They should have just given him a fedora, honestly.
It's very fedora adjacent. But I think with the curls it could go. And hopefully Aphrodite gave him one with like a cute little detail on it. Like some of these have a feather.
Yeah.
And I can get behind a feather.
I hope he's got a little feather. The thing that gets me about this outfit is that, like, the girlies online love to draw Leo in the white shirt suspenders situation. No one ever draws the hat.
Never the hat.
Never the hat.
And what temperature is it? Piper is in a snowboarding jacket.
Well, it's December. It's December.
Why doesn't Leo have a jacket?
Oh, because he lights on fire, so he doesn't need a jacket.
I feel like that logic is not. Well, actually, yeah. I'm actually back with it. Yeah.
It could be the reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then probably the worst outfit of them all, Coach has on a canary yellow zoot suit with a matching hat, a blue tie, a rose-colored shirt, and he's got a blue carnation in his lapel that he immediately eats.
King shit. Honestly, king behavior. That's so funny.
No, the eating of the flower is very funny. But, like, a zoot suit is large and, like, ill-fitting. I'm like, why is he in this?
I can't wait for my search history to just be messed up from this podcast.
Weird items of clothing, how to pronounce things, yeah.
Oh, I want a zoot suit. Are you kidding me? I want one. I need one.
Okay, but on a girl?
Shut up. Look me dead in the eyes. I would crush that. Get out. I would own that.
No, you would own that. I believe you.
With the pork, whatever the hell
pork
hat.
The pork pie hat.
I keep wanting to call it a porcupine hat.
And that's better.
That's not it.
Honestly.
It is.
And then we have our worst outfit. Worst is in boring.
Yeah.
Jason just gets to be in jeans and a purple t-shirt. But, and I didn't think of this until you pulled up the Camp Rock picture.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of those boys has on such tight jeans. I'm like, Jason is in skinny jeans.
Oh, 100%.
Jason is 100% in such tight skinny jeans in this moment. And that honestly redeems this outfit for me a little bit because that's also ridiculous.
No, and because we're talking like skinny jeans.
Like those jeans are skinny.
Like, are they leggings?
Yeah. Jason has on jeggings.
I never could find skinny jeans that were skinny enough around my shins, so I couldn't tuck my tall boots. My jeans into my tall boots. because they always like spilled over. And I remember thinking that made me ugly.
Yeah, if I would have seen you walking in the hallway, Bella, I would have been like, wow, she's so ugly because her skinny jeans aren't skinny enough.
And that's the exact logic that 13-year-old me
Mhm.
had.
I could never find skinny jeans the right length. Like they would all just pull at the bottom
Yeah.
because I'm very short. Yeah.
Yeah. It does make me kind of sad, though, that Piper reads this as her mom saying, like, oh, this one needs no improvement. And that's probably what her mom is trying to say with Jason. But, like, a nice outfit makes an attractive person look even more attractive. Like, he could have gotten dressed up, too.
Also the fact that like she got a whole new outfit. Like, damn, mom.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
It's a confidence builder.
Wait, yeah, I didn't even think of it like that.
That is, though, that's also true. Like, oh, okay, I need improvement, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, interesting.
Especially to your 15-year-old daughter. Oh my God, 15-year-old me never would have let my mom live that
Mm-mm.
down.
Yeah.
I'd been like, oh, so you think
Yeah.
I'm ugly?
And if your jeans aren't skinny enough, you are ugly, actually. So, jot that down.
Yep. And if you can't tuck them in to your off-brand UGG boots that are also a little bit big because your parents were like, you're gonna grow into them, and then you never did. Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
not bitter.
Anyway, apparently we were able to land like perfectly at this table because of Melly sending a nice gentle breeze to help cushion them.
And I love her.
She's great. And Coach says he's going to reach out to her after all this to help her find a new job. And he also thinks that he could settle down with her and raise a whole herd of baby goats. Kind of cute. Now that we're like out of the dangerous situation, I'm like, okay. And Aphrodite has also left them with a whole wad of cash and also the memory potion. And Coach immediately orders 6 double espressos on Aphrodite's tab.
Iconic.
Relatable.
Would do that.
I'm also gonna roll up to the function and be like, hi, I would like a lot of coffee. Thank you.
So Coach is going to be on another level for this fight.
Yeah.
Like, how much energy do you need, King? 6 double espressos? That's 12.
If I was Piper, I would use my power to be like, hey, coach, shut up. And then just like have him not speak for a bit.
Yeah, I feel like that might be best. I also feel like if I was a barista at a coffee shop and someone came in and was like, hi, can I get 6 double espressos that were like just clearly for him? I would be like, sir, do you need me to call someone?
I legally
Like-
cannot serve you those.
Are you okay? All right, so it is 9 a.m. on the solstice. Mount Diablo is right down the street. How's that for convenience? And Piper looks at it and thinks about how somewhere up there is a giant who's ready to eat her father for lunch. Woo! And so we have to sort of have our everyone comes together and everyone talks about like all the information we've gotten in our separate POVs and our separate dreams or whatever. So there's a lot of rehashing here. I'm not going to rehash all of it because we've been talking for a long time, and also like we've already hashed all these things. We don't need to rehash them.
Yeah.
Leo won't talk to them about the drawing because he's like, it's not important for today, trust me. And then Coach suggests that they go up and they simply kill everything that's not Piper's dad and then leave. Easy enough. Piper tells them what she worked out about Jaia. I forgot how we say Jaia.
Jaya.
Jaia. About Jaia being the big bad, and so they're gonna just have to like keep her asleep. And Coach says that she's the real deal, and he doesn't even think he could take her. So like that's how scary she is.
You know it's serious.
TLDR: if they manage to use Hera to raise porphyrin, I think
Amen.
if they manage to use Hera to raise porphyrin,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be another war. That's how I'm gonna say that name. And so then it's finally time for us to go up the mountain and rescue Piper's dad. And she looks at her friends and is like, "Wait, I can't ask you to do this because it's too dangerous." And Coach is like, "Are you kidding? Let's go beat some stuff up." Love.
Yeah.
And so I called this one Extreme Makeover Aphrodite Edition for obvious reasons. But
Yeah.
now I kind of want to call it Piper Goes to Camp Rock because,
I like it.
or like a deep cut,
I like
like
both.
this is real, this is me,
Mm-hmm.
gonna let the light shine on me. Anyway, I used to love that song.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Used
is
to.
real.
This is me.
I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be now.
Gonna let the light.
Shine on me. All right, so any other ideas or thoughts on this chapter?
I really like the makeover. name.
It's fun.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's silly and it's fun.
I think that's silly and fun. I think it's like bloody camp rock, you know? Like there's just gonna be some
Yeah.
murder and a little bit less singing. But like Camp Half-Blood is basically camp rock.
Camp different kind of rock because we're going up a mountain where there will be rocks.
Right.
There you go.
Great. Julie, do you have any not chapter title predictions?
Just from the last chapter, Aphrodite kind of talking about Piper's role and her being like a mediator between the Greek and Roman half-bloods. That's what I have. She's gonna be the one. My girl's gonna play a big role.
Ooh. Who's to say? Not me. I haven't read these in a few years. Over a decade. That's fine.
Bella doesn't know. Okay, so kind of crazy. We've got a lot of really short chapters, so we're going to tackle 6 next time. So
These are totally off the cuff, so they're gonna suck.
great.
Just want you to know that.
Rapid fire. 41 through 46 is the vibe. So 41 is a Leo chapter, and I have titled it, This Is Not a Tristan McLean Movie.
So I feel like Piper's dad is like he's big action star, but I'm gonna go to what's the opposite of an action movie? Like a rom-com?
A horror romance period novel drama.
There we go. That's what the next chapter's gonna be.
It's a horror period romance.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
42 is also a Leo chapter. I've titled it Vroom Vroom. And I really want to end it with an expletive. I really want to be like vroom vroom bitch or something. But I feel like
vroom vroom motherfucker, so you're better
Yeah.
than me.
Well, no, that's the one I really wanted to add. But it's a kid's book. I feel like my chapter titles can't include curse words.
Vroom vroom diva.
There you go. It's giving motorcycle vibes. I really want some motorcycles to be involved.
I think there's a train. As someone who does not remember this book, I also want to guess.
Yeah, Bella, feel free.
Yeah, I think there's a train.
43 is a Jason chapter, and I have titled it Riptide is officially better than Jason's coin sword.
I think we're gonna have a weapon malfunction, and it's gonna be like, oh wow, that was stupid.
Yeah. Well, I think they're gonna, like, a lake is gonna explode on them. And then his sword gets carried away.
In the lake?
Yeah. Are they by a lake?
And that would never happen to Percy, so.
Anyways, who cares? I stand by my theory.
The next one is just, I'll give you this for free. It is a quote from the chapter that I think is really funny. 44 is also a Jason chapter, and I have stolen from the chapter as my title. Please excuse Jason from eternal damnation. He has had amnesia.
I'd really like to see a Hades cameo. I miss my boy. Haven't seen him in a while. I know, like, they're busy or whatever, but, like, just a little bit.
Olympus is closed. We didn't say anything about the underworld, so, like, where's he been?
Olympus is closed?
Yes!
Right, for sure.
45 is a Piper chapter. I've titled it, Look at him, he's got trauma. You know, like that meme that's like, you've ruined a perfectly good monkey. It's what you did. Look at him, he's got anxiety. That's, yeah. Look at him, he's got trauma. You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't. We'll see Piper use her little fancy pink, what is it, potion?
Yeah. And then, last one for this one, 46, Piper, again. Leo commandeers a helicopter.
I mean, that sounds pretty self-explanatory. It sounds great.
I agree.
What you see is what you get, probably.
Yeah. And I bet Piper is, like, charm speaking the helicopter, like, you go, girl. Yeah.
I hope he steals it from, like, a top-secret military base. I think that would be funny.
Well, we've got 3 more episodes of this book, which is crazy. Can't believe it's coming to an end. Yeah, so see you next time for 41 through 46. Oh, thank you for coming, Bella.
Yeah! Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Of course. Please come back and don't take a whole year next time. See you next time.
Hi, you can find us on social media at DemigodDebutPod. You can also find the links to all of our socials in the episode description. If you enjoy consuming this podcast, please consider leaving us a rating or review wherever it is you are listening. See you next time. Bye!